Ever stop and wonder about the food you're eating? I mean, really think about it. That perfect, satisfying crunch in your favorite chip, or that unbelievably creamy plant-based yogurt you just tried? It's not just a chef in a kitchen or a farmer in a field. Behind almost every single thing on our grocery store shelves, there's this hidden world of science and engineering, all run by a kind of unseen architect. So what is this secret ingredient that connects everything from your morning bread to some futuristic energy drink? Well, here's the twist. It's not something you can taste or see on a label. It's not an ingredient at all. It's a person, the food technologist. They are the invisible force shaping what and how we eat every single day. And let me tell you, their job is about to get way more important. Here's why. 70%. That's how much more food the UN says we need to produce by the year 2050 to feed a global population of almost 10 billion people. That isn't just a statistic. It's a massive, monumental challenge. And the people on the absolute front lines of solving it are food technologists. To really get what these folks do today, we've actually got to go back in time. Let's take a quick look at how this whole profession even started. You know, for most of human history, keeping food from going bad was pretty straightforward, right? We'd salt it, smoke it, dry it out. But then, boom, the Industrial Revolution hits. Cities just explode in size, and suddenly you have to feed millions of people in one place. We needed food that could be mass-produced and standardized. Then, you fast forward to the 20th century and you get these huge game changers like pasteurization and refrigeration. And that's when the modern food technologist was truly born. A scientist, making sure our food was safe and available on an incredible scale. All right, so what does this job actually look like now? If you're picturing someone in a quiet lab coat, you got to think bigger. Much bigger. They're an essential strategic player for the entire food industry. Okay, so what are they exactly? A food technologist is a highly trained specialist who mixes chemistry, microbiology, and technology to develop and improve the way we make our food. They're involved in, well, pretty much everything, from inventing brand new products out of thin air to perfecting the assembly lines that make them. I love this analogy. Think of the food industry as a soccer team. The food technologists, they're the star playmaker, your Kevin De Bruyne or your Luka Modric. They don't just have one simple job. No, they control the tempo of the entire game. They see the whole field, and they create that perfect opening that leads to a goal, or in this case, a smash hit new product on the shelf. And their process for creating something new, it's a whole journey. It all kicks off with a concept. Maybe they spot a new trend, like everyone's suddenly wanting low-sugar snacks. From there, it's deep into research and development in the lab. But here's where the real magic happens, the scale-up. How do you take that one perfect little lab prototype and make millions of them that all taste exactly the same? It's an incredible puzzle, and they're there right to the very end, overseeing the launch to get it from the factory into your hands. What's just fascinating is the blend of skills they need. It's like a left brain, right brain thing. On one side, you have the hardcore science, chemistry, microbiology, super complex quality control systems. But on the other, they need amazing soft skills. They're project managers and expert communicators, acting as the bridge between the marketing team and the R&D team, all while constantly adapting to new trends and new rules. And this is where it gets really exciting. Because today's food technologists aren't just perfecting the food we have now, they are busy inventing the food of tomorrow, and they're tackling our biggest global challenges head-on. And this really gets to the core of that big challenge we talked about. Traditional farming is just incredibly resource-heavy. It takes up a ton of land and water. The future is all about sustainable tech. Things like cellular agriculture, which is literally growing meat from cells, or hydroponics. These methods use way, way less land and water. The main challenge for technologists now is figuring out how to make them affordable and scalable for everyone. And you can see this amazing blend of science and vision in the people who are leading this charge. You've got Patrick Brown, who made plant-based meat totally mainstream with Impossible Foods. You have Mark Post, the guy who created the world's very first lab-grown hamburger, and visionaries like Uma Valetti, who's a huge leader in the cellular ag space. These folks aren't just scientists, they're entrepreneurs, and sometimes, like the chef Heston Blumenthal, they're basically culinary artists completely redefining what food can even be. So where is all this innovation focused? Well, the biggest piece of the pie, about 40%, is in alternative proteins. That means plant-based, cell-cultured, even insect-based options. Next up is using AI and automation to make food production way smarter and more efficient. Sustainable packaging is another huge priority because we have to solve the plastic problem. And finally, kind of the holy grail, personalized nutrition, designing food that's optimized for your specific health needs.
So what does this all mean for you? For your dinner plate tonight or 10 years from now? To put it simply, the person with the biggest influence on what you'll be eating in the future is probably a food technologist.
It all comes down to this. They're the architects of what we eat. Every single product you see in a store is the result of a delicate balancing act they perform, a constant negotiation between science, cost, taste, and safety. They are the reason our food supply is one of the safest and most technologically complex systems in the entire world. So the next time you sit down for a meal, don't just think of it as food. Think of it as a piece of constantly evolving technology. And that leaves us with a final question for you to chew on. What do you want that technology to do next? Should it be healthier, more sustainable, more delicious? Your answer is actually helping to shape the next chapter of food.